everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. And as you can tell from the title, today is a very exciting video and it's about rescuing our two puppies just in time for Christmas, and they're with me currently now as I'm speaking. But I felt it was kind of important for me to do a little intro on these puppies because they are rescue, which means that they have been through trauma, and obviously the process of them realizing that we're safe and that we're not going to hurt them has taken quite a few days, and they're still not fully there yet. I will be doing a little segment at the end as well, just showing you how much progress they've made over the past few days with some footage, just to show you guys that even the smallest achievements are the biggest achievements, especially with rescue puppies, because they are so nervous and they are so scared and so shy. But honestly, these girls are so sweet and so gentle, and I'm so happy we made the choice to rescue. And on that note, I really just wanted to address the fact that yes, we did rescue. We found out about these puppies on a Facebook site, and it was basically an agency that rescues puppies, and they found a litter of 5 black puppies in Romania that had been thrown into a bin, and they rescued them, and we have made 2 of those puppies our own, and all the other puppies have gone into like different directions all around the world, and they found their homes as well. Obviously, we don't know what the conditions were like when they were rescued and put into kennels. But not every situation is the same, every situation is different, and how they're treated is also different. But you could tell very much when these puppies arrived that they were scared. They didn't really adjust as fast as we thought they would, which made us nervous, which is why I really wanted to show you this video, that they do adjust and they do get that, and it does take time, which I'll talk to you guys about at the end. But I also wanted to tell you the significance of making sure you rescue puppies, especially around winter time, because the conditions, especially in Romania, are absolutely awful, and loads of puppies die every winter. And I just think if you have the money and you want to spend thousands on a purebred dog, I recommend spending just 300 to save a life. There are already so many puppies in the world, and my brain just can't like fathom the concept of, you know, producing even more when there are so many puppies in the world without a home. And I know everyone wants a pretty or a cute puppy, but these are honestly the prettiest puppies like I've ever seen in real life. Like, they are so pretty, and you'll see that probably in the thumbnail and also in videos to come. They're so cute and they're so gentle, and it costs 300, and they could have died this winter, which is just the honest truth. So on that note, I hope you guys all enjoy seeing the process of getting these puppies, them arriving, and I'll see you guys at the end just to talk through how much progress they've made. As I'm filming this, the dogs are due to come tomorrow, which is very exciting. We keep getting updated messages about where they are. Right now, currently they're in Germany. They're due to come here tomorrow, but we're not sure what time. Like, it could be in the early hours of the morning, or it could be like late in the evening. Like, we're honestly not really sure. But I really wanted to show you guys what stuff we picked up for the dogs, because I just love like little dog puppy things, and I just find it all really exciting. So I'm going to take you guys downstairs now, and I'm going to show you what we've got for the dogs, and then hopefully the next thing I'll be filming is them coming on the little bus. Apparently it's called the Happy Bus, which is literally so sweet. And I just think the whole idea of them not knowing where they're going, and they're all just like on this bus, and they're scared and they're worried, and they just have like no idea that they're coming home. Okay, my mum has just kindly laid out all the things that we need for the dogs, because it's basically dotted everywhere. So obviously it's me. When we were looking at dog beds, I was like, oh, but look at the little fluffy ones. But this is very practical, and as you can tell, it is long, so it's just going to lie flat on the floor, and it's just like a foam, like mattress almost, and it's got a cover over the top, and it's waterproof. And this is really good because obviously the dogs are coming from Romania, which means that they haven't been trained, so just in case there are any accidents, then, you know, we've got a waterproof bed. It can easily be washed and easily be sorted out, whereas like a fluffy one would just be very impractical. Then we've got a slip lead for when we originally collect them. We will be getting like a harness and collar and stuff like that when we know how big they are. But this is just going to be the slip lead that basically we hand over to the driver, so the driver can like put it on them, hand the lead to us, and you know, we can have them on the lead straight away, just in case they run or panic or get stressed. And then we have these 2 teddies. So basically this time last year we lost our dog, and she had really bad anxiety, and she would just kind of like walk around with a little teddy in her mouth. So I thought it'd be a good idea to get the dogs a teddy each. I just thought it would be really sweet, as a comfort thing. I mean, I know not all dogs like teddies, but I just thought it was a good idea, especially because our black lab really liked having this comfort thing that she just carried around in her mouth. So Obviously the dogs can choose which one they want, and unfortunately it does have a squeak in it, but apparently the squeak can like be broken really easily. As soon as the dogs bite into it, sometimes the teeth may actually pierce it, which is good because I just could not be doing with squeaking like every 5 seconds. And here we have some fleeces, some blankets to keep them warm. Again, this was recommended to us because they were basically saying that these were really good as comfort. And yeah, just a nice warm fleece for them to lay on. And there are also like safe spaces we have to create around the house, so this would be nice for a little safe space. And we also have little treats, and we also have rope toys. So as well as the little teddies, we thought rope toys would be good for their teeth and just something for them to play with. And finally, we have a little bag, and this bag is for the drivers. So the drivers are driving around like for hours and hours on end, and the only time they actually get fed is when they stop off at houses. So we have some grapes, we have some shortbread, we have little juice cartons, so we have orange and apple, and we also have biscuits, as you can see there, and yeah, some cheddars. And we're also going to cook them some sausage rolls, so you know they have something warm to have as well. And I just think that's a really sweet idea. I was thinking a bit like, how did the drivers eat? But yeah, they just, when they stop off at houses, people give them food, and I just really like that. So the freezer is literally packed with loads and loads of meat, because basically when these dogs got rescued, they were eating raw meat, and we were recommended that we actually continue their diet that way. We've never actually used raw meat before. Our last 2 dogs just didn't really get along with it. So yeah, it's kind of disgusting, especially because I'm vegetarian. I'm just seeing like lumps of meat everywhere, but you know, necessary. These are what they look like. I think this will definitely keep them sorted for a very long time. So yeah, that is everything. So like I said, the dog's actually coming tomorrow. Not sure what time, but that is everything that we've got for them. And things like harnesses and stuff, like I said, we'll just have to figure out when they actually get here. We also need to think of a name, because we haven't thought of a name for either of them yet. So hopefully by the end of this video we'll have a name for them. And also the fleeces and the teddies my mum's actually had to sleep with. They say it's a really good idea to make sure that any of the items smell like you. So they've slept with my mum, because obviously my mum's technically like the owner of them. That sounds a bit weird, but you know, she's like the caregiver, she's like the mother of these puppies that are arriving. So she's had to like sleep with some stuff to make sure it smells like her. I thought it was really cute. She has to sleep with like these little dog blankets every night. Okay, the dogs are due to arrive in about 20 minutes. So we've set up their beds, and of course straight away the cat has fallen asleep on there and is now doing his laundry. But this is why we put the bed up last minute, because we didn't want cats on the bed, but you know. And then we have the 2 teddies in the corner, and this will be their first safe space. And then they've got another safe space through here, because this is where my mum works and where she's based. So she just works in the corner of the room. And then they'll have this space where they can go. We've got the raw meat here and the water bowl, and it looks incredibly disgusting. It started bleeding yesterday when my mum was trying to take out the packet, so it was really vile, but you know, we might transition them off of raw meat, but we're not really sure yet. And then we have the toys in a little basket here, because they probably won't want to play for the first few days. They'll probably be really nervous and scared and not know what's going on, but we got them there just in case. And now we're pretty much just waiting and pacing, waiting for them to arrive. No. I've already realised. Hi. Can you hear it? Oh my goodness. They look beautiful. Yeah. What? They look really scary. Only scary. Because please the home. Yes? Da, am spus. Ușor și cu mine, ușor. Da. Go. Yes, yes. Alright. So the first day that the puppies arrived, they were really nervous. They were like weeing and pooing, like literally just from nerves. They were shying away from us. They were trying not to make eye contact.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
What did you want to do? Can you smell more food? What can you smell, beautiful? Oh, look.
Oh. Hi, sweetie.
Well, there's
Mum, you'll never guess where she's gone. Oh, Mum. Come here.
Yes, darling. Is that where you're going to sleep? Is that where you're going to sleep, Pretty? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? Right, Jaylan, we've got to carry about our jobs now.
I know, because I went to stroke the other puppy and she flinched.
Let me show you. Bravest, but not very brave. So, this is the water, and this is the food. Can you see? That's a Jaylan. Can you see? This is the food and this is the water. I want to show you. I didn't ask the drivers if you had anything to eat or anything. Your sister's having food and water. Would you like me to show you, and then I'm going to leave you alone, you find your confidence? Would you like to? Let's try. Let's try. Oh, that was a big wee.
My mum did show the puppies where the food and water is, because we were actually recommended that we're supposed to at least show them where food and water is so they know where to go if they're hungry or thirsty. So we kind of disrupted them on the sofa to show them where the food and water was. The fluffy-eared one was on it. She was eating her food, as you could tell from the footage, but the pointed-ear one, she was so shy and scared, she actually ran and tried to get herself stuck behind a fridge. So my mum had to pull her out, and we were really worried that kind of took our trust back a few steps, because obviously we were trying to pull her out of this fridge and we didn't want her to think that, you know, we were hurting her or anything. We were just trying to make sure she was safe.
Oh my god!
Be quiet. Don't touch them. It smells of weed. Come here.
Every day I walk to school. 2 black people on that correct outside. Wait till I walk past them.
And when she found out her sister fell asleep in front of the door, as you could see in the footage as well, she joined her sister and they literally didn't move for the rest of the night. They just sat in their safe space, because it's recommended that we give them safe spaces, but they also find them on their own. So they've found their safe space. They're literally still here now. We've had them for about a week and that is their safe space. So they stayed there and they were there pretty much the whole of the first night. The second night is when the cats realised that the dogs existed, and let's just say they like 2 of the cats, so they just don't like one of them. The puppies were barking at my cat Jacob, and we were kind of like happy that the dogs were barking, because it was a sign that they could defend and that they were confident enough to, you know, have that fight and have that oomph. So we were kind of like proud of them, like thinking, yes, you defend the house. But also it meant that I collected all my cats in my bedroom. So the first night the cats kind of disappeared up into my bedroom and the dogs, you know, kind of dominated the bottom floor.
So how come every time we get them?
Because they won't move on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them.
No. She's licking her lips and pricking her ears though. Oh. The third day, the puppies were starting to come out on their own. So the only time they would eat or drink was when we weren't there. So we'd randomly go in to check on the puppies and the food and water would be gone and we'd have no idea which puppy drank or ate what. But as you could tell from day 3's footage, they actually started to come out on their own. So we could put the bowls further back and they'd like walk further back to the food and they'd eat in front of us. And as you could tell, my cat Jacob was like eyeing them up thinking, are they going to bark at me again? And he was just so intrigued by them. It was so cute.
Why was the other one
Yeah, she got most of it. You little devil.
Why was the other one so hungry?
The pig's here. We probably had a fight while I was gone, so I found one for you.
Day 4 was one of the best days. It was so exciting to see them actually being puppy-like. So as you could tell, they were playing in the back garden. And I say playing, but you know, playing how they knew they could play. So Perky, I'm going to call them Perky and Fluffy because you can tell from their ears. So Fluffy is the way more confident one. As you could tell, she was jumping up at my mum. She was like trying to give her kisses and she started to gain that trust with my mum because my mum has been sleeping next to them most nights because whenever my mum's not downstairs, they cry and they whine and they bark, which is really difficult because obviously my brothers are still going to school every day. So my mum has to actually stay with them to make sure they aren't crying or anything like that. So they've started to establish a connection with my mum and realise she's trustworthy. Whenever she's sleeping, they come over and they lick her face, they sleep on her, like one's on her head, one's on her feet, and they associate my mum with being safe, which is obviously really important. And also they like my mum's smells. They keep playing with her slippers and they take her slippers to bed and they just associate my mum and her smell with safety, and they tend to explore her most when she's like in bed lying on the floor because we realised that the puppies tend to come to you if you're on the same level as them. If you're lying on the floor, your head down, then they'll come over and they'll sniff you and they'll inspect you and they may give you kisses, but if you sit up then they'd start walking away. So day 4 was really cool because they wanted to play with my mum when she was stood up and she was there in the garden with them and they weren't shying, well, Fluffy Ears wasn't shying away. Perky was still nervous. I don't know if you guys could tell in the footage, but every now and again she would jump because she'd be like, oh, I'm excited, and then she'd be like, wait, no I'm not, like I'm too vulnerable, and she'd like hide behind the plant pot or she'd try to hide her head near the pipe. So Perky was still nervous, but she had little sparks where she felt like she could join and play with her sister, but her sister was the way more confident one. And we've also noticed that they're both really confident in the evening, but in the morning they act like they don't know us. So also the fact that they were interacting so much in the daytime was also a great bonus.
That's my head. They were very sweet. Those are yours. Those are yours for being a good girl. And the other one's hiding. What's she hiding for?
The next 3 days after they made a really progressive day, I was with my friends, so I obviously didn't want to really bring them to the house because I don't really want to introduce them to too many people. But my boyfriend did come over briefly to say hello to the dogs, so I was really nervous it would kind of put them a few steps back. Oh, they're stepping back now because everyone came in. So yeah, my boyfriend met them and I was expecting them to bark and get angry, but as you could tell, Fluffy was intrigued by him because she's just so confident, bless her. But my boyfriend put his head like down, like he was trying to be on the same level as them, and she came over and she sniffed him And when my brother swung and opened the door, she then like ran back, because if there are sudden noises, sudden movements, she'll kind of go back into herself, then she'll wait a few seconds, then she'll come out and explore my boyfriend again. And it was kind of just like that. And obviously like every single step counts. So when she sniffed my boyfriend's hand, he was like, I've made it. And I was like, yes, you have. As you could tell from the footage again, both puppies were starting to get a bit more excited. It wasn't just Fluffy Ears like dominating it. Perky, I keep calling them Fluffy and Perky. This is just like the names we've started to give them because we haven't decided on official names yet, I know. So Perky Ears was jumping up on my mum as well, and she's getting way more confident, but most like definitely in the night time.
Elbow? Bite my elbow?
As I said in response to Ryan, I think it's important in terms of the contact that we have.
Oh, what's the news? Mum, can we go with fit on? Look, she's waiting for
Mum, can you see she's got her paws on the sofa?
Yeah. Are you resting on my pillow?
She's just straight chilling. Also, they played in the back garden and my mum really struggled to get them back in. So basically we have like a gate on the side and it goes round into our back garden. So you can see them playing on the side in like day 4, and then they finally figured out that if they go through that gate, they can play in the garden. So they were playing in the garden, which is obviously really good because they're learning how to play. And yeah, they were just both becoming a lot more confident. Again, mostly in the evenings when it was just my mum and them and like no one else was really around. Day 8 of having the puppies, we thought we had a setback with them because basically we were showing them outside and it started raining. They got really scared of the rain and then the wind made the door slam. So that was really great for us. So they literally disappeared into their safe space all day and we were really worried because we were like, what have we done? Like, I want to show them it's safe outside. They loved playing outside. Like, what's happening? We don't want to be like set back. But of an evening, my mum set up her mattress. Like, she had her head on the floor and I did as well. So I was lying next to my mum to be like, I'm safe too. And I actually managed to get Fluffy Ears. She rested her face on my knee. She was sniffing me. So that brings us to today. My mum has just told me that Perky Ears is playing in the back garden, which is really, really good for her because she usually doesn't really like going anywhere without her sister. Because her sister's so confident, she'll like explore around the kitchen area and Perky will just sit in her safe space and cry until she knows where Fluffy Ears is. But Perky Ears is also making a lot of progress. I'm really proud of her because she's way more shy than Fluffy Ears. So it's all really, really positive. These puppies are honestly amazing and it's so adorable because overnight, sometimes they'll sit and cry or bark because they've pooed. They're very clean dogs, so they don't like it when they poo or wee in the main room, which is why we're trying to connect them with outside. But sometimes they're too scared to go outside or they're too scared to make the journey from their safe space to outside. So we put newspaper there. And we were just like, wee poo, like letting them know that's where they go, and we put the newspaper there just in case. But they've actually started to like go to the newspaper and wee and poo in that area. I mean, they still cry because they want it cleaned up, but I just think it's the sweetest thing that they let us know. I've also noticed that not only did they take my mum's slippers and sleep with the slippers because they smell like her, we'll have a toy basket next to them. We'll wake up in the morning and it will be empty because Perky has slowly taken every single toy and put it to bed with her. We're not sure why, but she's just hoarding all the toys. So yeah, Fluffy is the very confident one. She'll inspect anyone. Like, she inspected my boyfriend, she inspects me, she inspects everyone. But Perky is the more shy one. So I just thought it was so sweet when no one was looking. She just took all these toys for herself. And the fact she's playing in the garden right now is amazing. Let me know if you want a future update. I can definitely do like a month update, a 2-month update. These are still very new puppies. They're like 20 weeks old. Their birthday is in July. So yeah, they're very baby-like and I'll happily do an update for you if any of you guys are interested. But this is a week update for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys stuck to the end to hear about the update. And I hope you guys appreciated my message at the start. I'll love you guys and leave you like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you guys all very, very soon.